I asked a question yesterday on Facebook, and I said that I will bring it up to this point. Though I emphasized on it, but not that much. But I believe that with you guys will emphasize much on it. Looking at the kind of football that Estevao Williams is playing, and both in the club side and also in the country, I'm not saying this because he scored a 2 goal for Brazil in their previous game and won man of the match. And take yourself back to Palmares' numbers of awards and the kind of football he has played. In the future, in the next 1-2 years, do you see this boy competing with players like Palma, Lamine, Desirado? Name it. Any young winger that is deadly.
This takes me back to what Big Dave said. Even though I later choose Estevao, I'm just doing that. I just choose him out of, like, for now I'm a bit confused. It's something that I must give an answer to. That's why I had to say Estevao. But looking at a future prospective player, we've seen what this player can do. It's not as if his talent is hidden. His talent is clear. But for me, I just feel that in one way or the other, Maresca still puts him under a bushel. He doesn't want him to shine too bright. He's still trying to use him.
Why do you think Maresca is limiting?
Maresca doesn't. I don't think that he gives them. Based on how Chelsea plays, you know that, like, look at Palmer. When Palmer is on the field, he kind of tell Palmer, do what you want to do. You're free. You're like a commander. You're like a holder. But when Palmer is out of the pitch, he tends to, like, use the players carefully. You have to walk like this. Just if you want to be free, just be free for once or twice. So that's how I feel.
So when Palmer is there, they're not free to play.
No, it's not as if they're not free to play. Palmer has that, will I say, a legal freedom on the field when playing for Chelsea. Based on most people feel that he's like the holder. He scores goals, he creates chances because of his brilliance, the way he plays. But I think he's trying to, like, manage Estevao for now, and it looks as if he's a bit hidden. But if Estevao should by chance unleash later this season, or in the next season, or in the next 2 seasons, I think it would be a great blow into the football world. Because
if you look at Lamine Yamal, for example, he's playing more of the right wing side for Barcelona. And even with the brilliance of Lamine Yamal, it's only when he cuts inside that you find him in the number 10 position. Barcelona has somebody who plays number 10 for them.
Yeah.
You understand? So at the end of the day, in as much as I want Estevao Williams to have a space where he plays in the right hand pockets, your position is your position. At Palmeiras, where he scored a lot of goals, where he was having the performances that he was having, he was playing from the right wing. He was operating from there. The only reason why I feel like Estevao Williams might not be able to match players like this in the next 1 to 2 years is because of the league he's playing at. Yes, Palmer is already accustomed to the league. It depends on the time that Williams will take to adapt to this league very, very well. Because if you use Palmer, for example, Palmer has already been accustomed to the Premier League. He played for Man City. In fact, he has been around England. Then he came to Chelsea. He has had 2 good seasons to me. So other subsequent seasons should not be difficult for him. Whereas we have Yamal playing in Spanish La Liga. We have Doué playing in the Ligue 1 from France.
To some extent, I don't buy to that.
No, you have to consider that.
You know that. See, Maresca don't use Estevao often. You know, right? We agree to this. He doesn't use him often as Baka uses Lamine. But that's the truth. I'm actually saying the truth. We have seen how many games has he started Estevao. Most times you see Estevao coming from the bench.
But that is how most young players do actually come from the bench.
Exactly. That's why I said that Maresca. It looks as if Maresca is putting him in a bushel. He doesn't want him to overshine. He's still managing the player. I don't know that's because of the condition of the team now. But I think Estevao can do more than what Estevao has not done. I don't know what people are saying, but Estevao has literally not done anything for Chelsea. For me, that's how I see it. He has not done anything for Chelsea. Looking at the brilliance of this player.
Yeah, how many games has he played? Has he played up to 10 games?
All right. I wanted to see our word on that one. All right. Talking about Garnacho, we have not really talked about Garnacho since they signed him, since they unveiled him now, and every time he started playing. The only period you talked about, did we really talk about Garnacho? We have not really emphasized. But looking at the kind of football Garnacho is playing, looking at the kind of football that Garnacho is playing, do you see this guy excelling fully at Chelsea this season?
This season,
This season.
for me, it's I really. Let me answer that question. Let me be exact. I really don't see. People say, Dave, why are you being negative? Why are you pessimistic? That's how I see, because Garnacho still has a lot of development to do as a player. He has to be much. He has to add this level of directness to his game. Not just getting the ball. See, there are properties of a proper winger. And you rarely see wingers that have all properties inside one. As a winger, normally you should have pace. That is number one. As a winger, you should know how to cross the ball. That's number two. As a winger, you should know how to dribble 1v1. That is number three. As a winger, you should know how to cut inside and shoot with your favorite foot. That's why if you are good with your right foot, they play you as a left winger. If you're good with your left foot, they play you as a right winger. And out of these properties I just called now, how many of them is Garnacho good at? Because that is the type of winger Chelsea should be looking at if they should compete very well in this season. How many of these qualities, even looking at his prime, or should I say at his best from Manchester United, how many of these properties did he exhibit at Man U for you to say, okay, Garnacho can be that player? So for me, I think he needs to go through thorough levels of development for him to get to that level. I was telling somebody the other day, I said, yes, Chelsea, you might not be appreciating Gittins now because Gittins is not playing his best. At Gittins' best at Dortmund, he was miles ahead of Garnacho. To me, at Gittins' best at Dortmund, he was miles ahead of Garnacho. Gittins at Dortmund was kind of the winger we were looking for. An out-to-out winger, somebody who could take players one-on-one, cut inside and shoot shots and score. That's the type of winger. If not that Sancho is a player that, okay, he refused to accept the deal Chelsea was bringing. Yeah, I saw him as that type of player. In as much as he was inconsistent. But I felt that, okay, if he had one more season at Chelsea, he would become that kind of player. But Garnacho, I still believe that he needs to work on his dribbling, one-on-one, 1v1 dribbling. He's cutting inside and making attempts to score. And also assist making. There's this football. There's a type of football you play with intelligence and not just because of your skills. You use intelligence to play football, knowing where to be at the right time.
So in all, you don't see him excelling well this season.
Not much. I'm not expecting, but not like I'm not wishing for him to perform. But I'm not expecting too much from him this season, to be honest with you.
You guys already hit my point by calling Sancho. Sancho would have been the best fit, I think, amongst all the wingers who signed for the left wing. I think Sancho is still different when he was there because...
But he was not consistent.
Yes, we know he was not consistent. But if he had collected the offer, it would have been huge help to us. Like having Gittins in addition to with him would have been better. But nevertheless, I think Garnacho needs time. He needs time. I felt a bit of his force during the Liverpool game. But I think he needs time and he needs to work more. I don't know how long it might take. Everything depends on his personal development. You only come to the field to train with your players, but while you are outside the field, what do? Do you build yourself? Like, there was a time we said that Caicedo has a personal coach that comes home, take him on. Exactly. You can start up with a personal coach. Because now you doing well at Chelsea does not just make your name to be praised among the Chelsea fans, but other top clubs will be coming for you and probably your wages skyrockets.
And also
for example, look at Semenyo. See what Semenyo is doing now, for example.
And now Semenyo, most Premier League clubs and possibly clubs for La Liga, Germany will be coming for him for good amount of money.
At least it will help Chelsea. Because it's not about signing him that is the problem.
Yeah.
You know that on a normal level, we'll say he's a Premier League proven player one way or the other.
Yeah,
Garnacho, yeah.
Yes. So yeah, I'm just asking that you see him excelling this
Excellent.
season.
It's still a 50-50 thing for me, but anyhow, just unstable this
All
period.
right, that will be all for now. Do it to like, share, and subscribe for more. I remain your humble boy Peters.
My name is Big Dave.
My name is Gifto.